Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is episode 2 of Revitalising Villa, where I'm taking my boyhood club to the very top, or possibly the very bottom. We don't know yet. Well, that's the fun. Today, episode 2 means the start of a new season. Pre-season is done. Have I made any transfers? I know that's what you're asking. I can hear you. Any transfers? Well, let's take a look. Let's start with the players in, and number 1... yeah, Maro and Shamak. I know what you're saying. We should be bringing in youth players. Shouldn't sign Shamak. Why are you signing Shamak for? He's awful. I get it. But he's a free transfer. A free transfer on 4.7k a week. I can't turn that down. You know what I mean? He's got good stats. His stats aren't bad. He's 33 years of age. Yeah, I get it. But the real reason I've signed him, this allows Keenan Davis to go out on loan. You may have saw it in the last episode. I rejected a loan offer because we didn't really have any sort of backup. With Codger injured as well, we didn't want to send him out on loan. Now that we got Shamak in, we were able to do so. Now Keenan Davis has gone out on loan to QPR, a championship side, which allows first team football at a really high level, and I want to see how he does in that. He could come back and then play for us if we're still in the Championship or possibly in the Premier League. He could come back and play for us. That's the idea. Shamak comes in, allows that to happen, and we've got a third choice striker, possibly fourth choice striker, depending on how Callum O'Hare plays. He's played very well in pre-season, so hopefully Shamak won't be needed too much. But for a free signing, 4.7k, I can't complain at that, surely. Next up, and it's the man you may have saw in the last episode. I was hoping to sign him in a part exchange deal, possibly with Michael Richards, possibly with Richie Delatte, but Joe Bryan has joined the club. He can play defensive left, he can play midfield left as well, also centre mid, which is quite good, but I'm going to be playing him as a wing back on the left. He's training that position. His stats have plummeted since signing for some reason, but hopefully they'll go back up once he really gets used to the position. I think he can play there very well. If we go on to wing back, if you look at all the things he needs, he's pretty good at all of them. Marking could be better, concentration could be better, but I think he can improve. He's only 23 years of age, potentially 5-star player, which is pretty good. So hopefully he can play there, left wing back. First choice is what he's going to be this season, and it means that I managed to get someone else off the books. He's coming at 7.75k, which is good, and it means Tommy Elphick has left the club. I was a bit disappointed not to get rid of Richards or Delatte, as you saw, but Tommy Elphick also was one player that I wasn't really keen on playing too much. He's left the club. Perhaps it's a deal that I could have got more money out of Elphick for if I sold him, but I really wanted Brian. I've managed to do it. I think Brian could go on to be, if he plays well for us, he could go on to be a player that's worth 10, 20 million. So in the long term, this could be a really great deal. Short term, the board wasn't particularly happy with it, but it's a deal that I've managed to do. So Joe Bryan comes in as our left wing back. Happy days. Number 3, and it's another young defender, Jamie Hansen. It says defensive midfielder. I'm going to be playing him as a centre back, I think, because he's got all the stats for it. Heading could be better, but everything else is pretty good, and he can improve. 21 years of age. I signed him. He was in a Derby youth team, and I saw his stats, and I thought he could really be a good player, potentially 4-star player. So I'm very happy with that. He's training to be a centre-back, and hopefully he can learn from the likes of Terry, from the likes of Chester, and I think he will be in the first team. He's going to be a first-team regular, I think. I've got him as rotation, only on 10 grand a week, so again, the wage bill is going to rocket down from the 50 grand that Michael Richards is on. Once we can get rid of it, I haven't got rid of Richards yet. Once we can get rid of Richards, 10k instead of 50k. That works for me, and I think he can improve to be a really good player. The physicals are really good as well, and those can only improve. I'm very happy. Jamie Hansen, very happy with that. Signing number 4, this is a loan deal. On loan from FC Porto, say hello to Fede Varela. He's a sort of centre midfielder. He likes to play advanced playmaker, but I'm not really playing that at the moment. I'm going to train him again as a box-to-box midfielder. He can play there. He's got all the stats for it. He could be a very, very good loan signing this year if he plays enough. I've got this thing. The problem I've got is if I play him every game and become really influential, which he could do, what do I do next season when he's not going to come back to us? It's not going to happen. So Conor Hourihane probably will still be first choice, depending on how he goes in the season. If Varela plays well, I can't not play him. So we'll have to see how it goes. He's not going to start this first game this season because he only just joined like 2 days before the game. So I'm not going to play him. He's going to be on the bench. You may come off the bench, and we'll see if he makes an impact. In terms of outs, we spoke about Tommy Elphick, who's gone obviously to Bristol City. We've spoke about Keenan Davis on loan to QPR. Another striker going out on loan is Russian Hepburn Murphy. 18 years of age. He's gone out to Boreham Wood. It's really lower than I was looking for. But to be honest with you, his stats aren't that great. I don't know if he really will progress to be a player for us. He's got 5-star potential, but whether he manages to do it, I don't know. He's going to have a season in the Conference or National League South, maybe. I think it might be, or North. But he's going to have a season there and see if these stats improve. If not, I can't really see him making a future at the club. So he's on his way out. Another man on his way out. Say goodbye to Alan Hutton. Yeah, the Scottish Cafu has gone. He's gone back to Scotland, this time to Celtic. A former Rangers man, I think, Alan Hutton. I'm sure he was at Rangers for a long time in his career, yeah. And he's gone to Celtic, which is a weird one. To be honest with you guys, I looked at the finances and we were 775 grand below our financial fair play after signing Brian and Hansen. So I looked at the team and I thought, well, where have we got too many players? There were some other options. I couldn't get rid of Richards. I couldn't get rid of Delat. Alan Hutton, I looked at it and I went, right wing back. We've got James Bree who can play there, a young right wing back who has the potential to be something good. And you've also got El Amadi, who's going to be number one, the main man at right wing back. So Alan Hutton would have just been a backup. Not really worth it. Sold him. 1 million he's gone for to Celtic. We've got to pay 4 grand of his wages, which is annoying. But he's gone to Celtic for £1 million. There was a bit of a problem with it actually, because he didn't really want to go. And then Glenn Whelan came up to me and said, "Look, I don't agree with what you're doing here. Why are you selling him?" And I said, "Look, James Bree, young right back, we've got to bring through our youngsters." And all of a sudden he shut up. He was happy with that. So fair dues. But Alan Hutton, I'm sad to see him going away because he's been pretty good for us since last season and this season he's been pretty good. Sad to see him going away. He's got decent stats, but he just wasn't going to play, so why waste the wages? Speaking of Celtic, and there is one more deal that could quite happen. Centre-back Christopher Ayer can also play midfield as well, but he'll be playing as a centre-back if we can sign him. It'll be a loan deal. His stats are pretty good mental stats, good physical stats. His technicals could be better, but it's going to be a loan deal. I looked at him when I was looking at signing a centre-back, and I couldn't quite get a deal going, but then he was available on a loan, so I'm hoping to make that happen. We're not the only team that want him, so we'll have to see if it happens. We're still waiting to see if he will come to us. We've had the deal agreed with Celtic, it's just who he chooses. We'll see if that happens. Possibly throughout this episode, it could happen. Who knows? Okay then, game day. Aston Villa versus Hull. Villa will be in the claret and blue. Hull in the white kit. We're favourites, just about. Probably because we're the home side. And hopefully we can really progress onto this. Because if we can start well, anything can happen. 36,000 tickets sold for this, which is quite good. And this is the team that's going to play today then. It is, again, that 5-2-3 formation. The wing-backs are important. And Joe Bryan will come in for his first team debut, for his professional debut for the club. As will Jamie Hansen, playing ball-playing defender on the left. I don't really want to play Terry as a ball-playing defender on the cover because I don't think he's got the legs for it. So he's going to be the defensive centre-back in the middle. Hansen, the youngster, will hopefully have the legs for it. And again, it's a team that you would expect to play at this point with Grealish and Codger out. Means Hogan can play, Snodgrass can play, Adoma on the right, Lansbury and Hurahan. The problem I had was the centre midfield, to whether to bring in Varela straight away. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to play this. Possibly Hurahan could move to ball-winning midfielder if Varela comes in, because I think Hurahan's better than Lansbury. But we'll have to see how that goes. We're playing on control, playing on flexible. If you guys want to look at the team instructions, there they are. Take a look at that. Pause it if you want to look. There's not much there, to be honest with you. I haven't done much with it. Thinking maybe we could pass into space, but I'm going to leave it how it is for now. And let's see. Hull City Tigers. Can we tame the Tigers? A chance for them. 18 minutes in. Larson into the box. Lansbury hooking it away. And here's Hogan now on the break. Can he bring anything forward? Snodgrass back towards Hogan. Into a bit of space now. Taking on his man. Might get a shot away here. Scott Hogan. That's poor. That's well wide. It's been a very sort of tight game so far. We've had the better of it. We've had more shots. We've got a shot on target, which is good. But it's been very, very tight. They've got more possession. I'm going to make a slight tactic on the instructions and just work the ball into the box a little bit. Take less long shots and see if that works. We'll also pass into space a little bit. See how that goes. Adoma inside to Hurahan. Hurahan into Snodgrass. Good pass, and Snodgrass has put it wide, and all of a sudden we're making chances, working the ball into the box. That's better. Larson's free kick. He's good at these. Pulled it back for Jared Bowen. Way too much space for Jared Bowen. It's blocked though, and we might be able to break it. We've got men going right forward. Lansbury wide to Adoma. He's got Snodgrass over at the back post if you can find him. Adoma's low cross. There's Robert Snodgrass. It's 1-0, right, more or less on the stroke of half time. 43 minutes on the... Oh, it's been disallowed. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, that's fine. I didn't get it. That's fine. It's fine. Joe Bryan's been booked on his debut. Brilliant. Both wing backs to him. Oh, God. Right, Varella's coming on. I'm going to give him a half to prove what he can do. Let's swap him for Hurahan. And keep it like that for now. But if it gets to sort of 70 minutes and we're still having a better game without doing much with it, I might put him about here off the striker and see what he can do. Possibly Green can come on as well. But I think this is a game we can win. I say that and they're going to score, aren't they? Oh, Brian, what have you done? No, Joe Bryan, what have you done? What a debut that is. Oh my God. Right. Brilliant. Red card, Joe Bryan on his debut. That leaves a gaping hole there, doesn't it? Not really the start to the second half we were looking for. Joe Bryan sent off on his debut means a little bit of a rejig, and I'm not really sure what I'm thinking here. There's a big gap in the middle, which I'm not sure is the smartest idea. But, actually, we're going to do that. And play him as an advanced playmaker on support. We'll do that. There's a big gap here, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Because Elamadi can get up and down and possibly come off for Bree in about 20 minutes. Glenn Whelan's going to come on in defensive midfield to cover the gap in midfield. And Conor Hurahan's going to go to left wing back. I don't know if he can play there, but he seems like the most logical option in my mind. James Bree's too right-sided. Elamadi too right-sided. Chris Samba's not happening. It was him or Green, and I think Hurahan's more defensive. So that seems like the smartest idea. Snodgrass can stay on. Maybe we can nick it on a counter, but this is not what we were looking for. Wow, look at this. 21 shots. Wow. Okay, we are taking a beating. But no, it should be it. Whelan headed away, and there is the full-time whistle. 0-0 to start the season. Yeah. Seeing as that game was a bit of a boring 0-0 draw, I don't want to end the episode on that. So, you get the second game. AFC Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup first round. Okay, no problem. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. Yes! Yes! We've won the race for Christoph Ayer. Only paying 10k a week. So it's all of his wages. But 10 ain't that bad, I suppose. And I am very, very happy with this one. I mean, if we look at his stats, they're not amazing. But they're pretty good for the level. Especially as he can play the ball playing defender, which is good. On the cover as well, which should be good. And he's got all the right stats for it. He could force his way into this team, to be fair, very easily. And Ayer comes straight into the side today. Johnson keeps his place in goal, but it's 10 outfield changes. Michael Richards plays begrudgingly. Yeah, I'm going to have to play him. It's either him or Jacob Badu or Richie Delat. I'm going to play Richards. I think his experience might be good in a youth side. So Chris Samba as well. That's a recipe for disaster, those two, isn't it? But Ayer on the left will hopefully shore things up. Neil Taylor plays on the left wing due to Joe Bryan's suspension. James Bree comes in on the right wing back. Glenn Whelan, ball-winning midfielder, a bit more experience in the midfield. And Varela gets his starting debut. Box-to-box midfielder, possibly going to play in that advanced playmaker as well. If we need him. Bjarnason on the left inside forward, Andre Green on the right inside forward, and I'm going to give Callum O'Hare the starting bat. He can't really play complete forward, but neither can Shamak at this point. And O'Hare's just that bit younger, and in pre-season he got himself a couple of goals, so hopefully he can do the same today. We do have Snodgrass, Hogan, Hurahan, Terry, Chester, El Amadi, and Bunn on the bench just in case we need him. I'm going to give Bunn the starting. 11 changes. Why not? Rotated squad against an underdogs. Recipe for disaster. We haven't managed to do that really in the pre-season either, so it might change. Glenn Whelan's come right through. Glenn Whelan with a shot, and Long's tipped it over. I don't know what the hell happened there. A lower league team outdone with a goal kick. Brilliant. Glenn Whelan's gone over to take the corner. He's whipped it in, and Appiah may be able to break on this. Here's Barrett. They've got a man over on the left if they can use him, but they've gone to the right to Fuller, and that's the end of the highlight. Should have gone to the left. Birmingham are beating Cambridge. You'll see me make note of Birmingham quite a lot in this because I want to see them lose and get relegated. I don't want to play them in the Premier League, that's for sure. Wimbledon are actually dominating this game so far. I'm going to have to do something to change that. We go on counter. We've got some pace on the wings. Well, a bit. Bjarnason's not that quick, but Green on the right. If we go on the counter, hopefully that could change a little bit. Mark Bunn's got it in his hands. That's a good start to a highlight, isn't it? Puts it down. Up towards Bjarnason, who's onto it. Good first touch. He's got Taylor coming on the overlap, and it's a good one too. Be honest, I might be able to keep this in. It's a low cross, and it's been turned in at the back post. Andre Green scores his first ever Aston Villa goal. That is exactly what we wanted when we went to counter. That is the perfect counter-attack. A quick 1-2, and all of a sudden, Bjarnason's away on the left. It's a really good low cross. The goalkeeper should probably get across to it. But, you know what? Andre Green scores. Happy days, 1-0. Keep it on counter. So sit back, let alone come at us. Probably not the smartest idea. Here's Wimbledon's chance. Dean Parrott into Taylor. Taylor back to Liam Trotter. Barrett on the edge of the box. Taylor, good football, and that's a really good goal. Well done by Wimbledon, that is. Kwesi Appiah. Oh, it's been disallowed. Payback. Kwesi Appiah on loan from Crystal Palace, I think. I had him on a stream save last year, on last year's game. Didn't do anything. I don't think I played him, to be fair. I think it might be worth just changing him to a deep line playmaker on support. And if we go on his individual, edit his instructions a bit more direct passing from him. If we get the ball to him, he might be able to, more risky passes as well. He might be able to get something going for O'Hare in behind. I might play Callum O'Hare as a poacher for the second half and see how that works on the edge. I think he's got some pace, Callum O'Hare. If we look at this, 12, right, okay, fair enough. But we'll do it. We'll see if it makes a difference. Anybody really struggling? Varella's not really playing well, so hopefully the change of sort of role will change that. It's Taylor versus Taylor on the right, I've just noticed. Liam Taylor, maybe? L Taylor, for them anyway, against Neil Taylor for us. So it's the battle of the Taylors. Here's Trotter. I don't like that they've got the ball, but Fede Varella's in there, and here's Andre Green. This is what we want him, on the break, on the pace. James Bree looks for O'Hare. That's not the smartest ball. And they're in on the break. Kwesi Appiah. Good save by Bunn. I need to drop that line. That was ridiculous. It's not a convincing performance. They have had the better of the game. I'm going to make a change. Scott Hogan can come on for O'Hare. Hopefully he'll finish it with some quality finishing. And I'm going to bring on James Chester for Micah Richards, I think. Aya's not having a great game, but he can stay on there. And just do that for now. Bit more experience on there, and hopefully Hogan will get one chance and take it and finish this game off. Keeping the ball. Chester, that's... Why did I say we're keeping the ball? And then Chester thumps it. You're better than that, Chester. You're better. They've got someone on the overlap. Get back there, Green, and cover. Nice. That's better. Still there for them though. And Barrett, oh, he's thumped it in. Josh Barrett with 20 minutes to go. Equalises for Wimbledon. It's been coming. I will say that. It's been coming. It's a good goal from Josh Barrett. I've got to be fair. Andre Green did get back there. I'm pretty sure he won that header. Oh, no, Kennedy won the header, but he got back there at least. And yeah, it's a good finish. Fair enough. Right, change this up a bit. Let's get off counter and let's go on the attack. What have we got to lose apart from our whole dignity? Appiah couldn't win the header, so Fran comes on it for Wimbledon. Barrett is running the show, I think. Andy Barcham is that at left wing. Oh, God. They're making us look bad. They're making us... I think we're making them look good, actually. Here's Barrett again. Taylor in a lot of space. They're going to score again. Oh, he went for another long effort, and Bunn was not convincing. They have had the much better of the side, to be fair. Green, then. You've got an overlap if you can use it. You've come inside to Hogan, who's gone wide to Bree. That's better. Bree's cross. Robinson's headed it away. It's as far as Taylor. Robinson heads away again, and they do hack clear as far as Glenn Whelan. Can he pick a pass? He's found Taylor. Neil Taylor on the left. Good crossing. It's still there for Taylor. And Hogan. Long. Did he tip it over? I think so. It's going to be a corner. That's a chance, though, for Hogan. Glenn Whelan with it. As far as Hogan again. And it's been in. It's turned in. It's James Chester. James Chester scored the goal that could send us through. And a let-off at Wimbledon today. This is what it feels like. Let-off at Wimbledon. It's a good save by Long, and it just rebounds in off Chester. That's a bit harsh. This feels like a real let-off. They've dominated the game. They have dominated the game for some reason. Maybe the tactic's not quite working, but it looks like we're gonna win. Unless, oh, don't do this. That's the end of the game. That's some way to end the game, and that is some way to end the episode. AFC Wimbledon 1, Aston Villa 2. The stats don't look pretty. We'll ignore them, but we've won the game. And Andre Green played well, which is nice to see. Got the goal that put us ahead in the first half. James Chester with a winner. Okay, sure. But we're through. That's what matters. A draw and a win. We haven't lost. We're unbeaten this season. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay then, guys, that brings the end to episode 2 of this Revitalising Villa save. It's been a weird couple of games on this episode, really. A draw in the opening game of the season ain't a bad result against Hull, but I felt like we could have won it. Joe Bryan getting sent off didn't help us, so yeah. AFC Wimbledon away, we got the job done, and that's what matters. We didn't play well, but we got the job done. Cardiff away is the next game. That sounds like a tough one. Join us for that for episode 3. It's a double recording day for me, by the way, so you'll see this flash t-shirt again, just saying. It's going to be a tough game. Join us for that. Until next time, from me to you. Goodbye.